Today we're making the wrapped hook. You'll need 20 gauge wire, round nose pliers, cutters, and flat nose pliers. We'll be starting with the round nose pliers. We're going to start off with the wrapped loop. So this will be the same as what you did last time. So starting off with about 1 inch of wire sticking out, I have my thumb on the pliers and the pliers are at the bigger end. So I'm going to rotate away from me and then reposition and then keep on going a little past straight. Then we'll break the neck. So turn the loop so it's away from you. Round nose pliers at the smallest end of the pliers, right underneath the loop. And I'm going to push into my finger as I rotate towards me so that I break the neck. So I should have the loop right above the straight piece and a nice sharp bend. So rotate over to the flat nose pliers to hold the loop. We're going to kind of adjust that tail just a little bit so you have a 90-degree angle. We'll be taking the tail and I'm going to wrap that 2.5 times around. I'm pushing into this hand as I rotate and pulling pretty hard. Reposition as needed. Two and a half times around, and then you'll cut it. And then tuck in the tail. And if it slips down, you can kind of squeeze it back up a little bit. Okay. So we should have the loop with a wrap. Then we're going to do the hook part. So you'll need your round nose pliers. Not very far away from your pliers. So I'm about 1/2 inch away. It's my nail. You're going to use the fatter part of your pliers and we're going to rotate. Doesn't matter if you go towards you or away, but we're going to make a teardrop. So I'm pushing right on the tool on the wire. And I'm going to go until it's on the outside of the loop. And then I'm going to cut it. I like to bend that. Looks nicer when we're done. So I'm going to take the pliers off and I'll use the cutters. And I'm just going to cut right outside the circle. So I'm right here. Go ahead and cut that. So then you can look at where you're at here. I'm going to hang on to this part of the hook while I separate this just a little bit. I'm going to flip it over so the tail's on the bottom. I like to work on the bottom so I can see what I'm doing. So I undid that just a little bit so I could get a hold of the tail. I'm using the smallest part of my pliers as close as you can to the very end because we do want this to look round. And I'm kind of pushing, I'm turning it in as I pull on that wire so you don't get any weird kinks in it. And you want it just to touch. I don't want it to overlap and you don't want it to be too short. But that's how you do the wrapped hook.